Welcome. If you're enrolled in the IGNOU PGDECFE and you're trying to understand the project MCDP-001 and MCDP-002, this is the one guide you need. We will cover what these two courses really are: the field placement, the synopsis, the videos you must record, and exactly how and where you submit them using official IGNOU sources. Here is the problem. Type IGNOU PGDECFE into a search engine, and you will find 3 different full forms, wrong project descriptions, and wrong submission advice. Students then prepare the wrong thing and lose a session. So in this video, we fix all of that using the official IGNOU program page, the Samoth portal, and the official School of Continuing Education submission note. This guide is for every IGNOU PGDECFE learner. Whether you are a working preschool teacher, an Anganwadi or Balwadi worker, a caregiver, or a fresh graduate, the project rules are the same. You do not need a teaching degree to start. A bachelor's degree in any subject is the only entry requirement. Let us begin with what this diploma actually is. First, let us clear the biggest confusion of all: the name itself. Several popular websites claim PGDECFE means a diploma about environment or about rural extension. That is simply wrong. The official IGNOU title is the Post Graduate Diploma in Early Childhood and Foundational Stage Education. It has nothing to do with the environment. It is entirely about young children from birth to 8 years, the foundational stage. Here are the core facts. IGNOU PGDECFE is offered by the School of Continuing Education. It carries 40 credits in total, the medium is English, and eligibility is a bachelor's degree in any subject. The duration runs from 12 months minimum to 36 months maximum, and the fee is around 11,000 rupees per year. Always reconfirm the current fee on the IGNOU website before you pay. Why does this diploma exist now? The National Education Policy 2020 treats the years from birth to 8 as the foundation of a child's entire learning. This foundational stage joins 3 years of preschool with classes 1 and 2. Taught through play and activity, not rote work, IGNOU PGDECFE prepares you to plan and deliver exactly this kind of experiential play-based learning. The program has 8 courses, 5 are theory: MCD-001 on child development, MCD-002 and MCD-003 on curriculum and pedagogy, MCD-004 on organization and management, and MCD-005 on disability and inclusion. Then come 3 practical courses: the Supervised Practicum, MCDL-001, and the 2 project courses we focus on today, MCDP-001 and MCDP-002. Now, the second big confusion: students mix up the 3 practical courses. Let us separate them cleanly. There are 3 separate practical courses, and they are not the same submission. MCDL-001 is the Supervised Practicum. Field activities linked to your 5 theory courses, guided by your academic counselor. MCDP-001 is Project Work 1, a real placement in a preschool, and MCDP-002 is Project Work 2, the second placement. 3 courses, 3 separate files. Here is a small mistake that causes big problems. MCD-001 without a P is a theory course. MCDP-001 with a P is the project. The letter P stands for project, and the letter L in MCDL stands for the practicum. When you write your enrollment, your file labels, and your exam form, copy the exact code. One wrong letter can send your work to the wrong evaluation. So, our focus today is the 2 project courses, MCDP-001 and MCDP-002. We will cover the placement, the synopsis, the report, the videos you must record, and the exact submission route. The supervised practicum, MCDL-001, follows a different evaluation path, and we will explain that briefly as well, so you never mix the two up. Let us go deep into the first project, MCDP-001. MCDP-001 is Project Work 1, the 7th course of the diploma. Its purpose is simple but powerful: to give you the real feel of working with young children in a preschool that follows a play and activity-based approach. You do not just read about early childhood, you practice it. The full instructions sit in the official Project Work and Internship Manual 1, so read that manual before you begin. Now the part students most want to know: how much time? For MCDP-001, you work with one group or class of preschool children for 20 working days, totaling 120 hours. Across those days, you carry out structured observations and play activities with the children, under the guidance of the pre-primary teacher there. This is genuine fieldwork, so plan for real hours, not a weekend. How do you choose the preschool? It must follow a play and activity-based approach, and Project Manual 1 gives you checklists to test whether a school qualifies. You may ask your academic counselor at the study center for help. But the final identification of the preschool is your responsibility. And make sure the pre-primary teacher there is willing to guide you day to day, because that daily guidance is part of the design. What do you actually do across those days? You observe how children play, talk, and interact. You plan and run simple play activities. You note how children are developing across physical, language, social, and cognitive domains, and you keep a daily record. You also attend the counseling sessions for this course, and, this is important, you record short videos of your activities, which you will submit later. Your notes and videos become the evidence of your project. Let us make it concrete with an original example. Imagine your MCDP-001 topic is a study of free play and its effect on turn-taking and sharing among 4 to 5-year-olds in a play-based preschool. It is observation-based, it fits one group of children, and it links directly to the play and activity approach. That is exactly the shape a strong MCDP-001 project should take: narrow, practical, and rooted in what you actually see. Now the second project, MCDP-002. MCDP-002 is Project Work 2, the 8th and final course. It is built in the same way as the first project: a real placement with children, observations, activities, and videos. By the design of the diploma, it extends your work into the foundational stage, the early primary years, classes 1 and 2. The precise age group and day count for MCDP-002 are given in Project Manual 2, so confirm them there before you plan. Here is an original example for the second project. Your MCDP-002 topic could be using storytelling to build early reading readiness in a Grade 1 classroom. It moves into foundational literacy and the early primary years, so it is clearly different from your first project. Keeping the two topics distinct, one preschool, one early primary, is the cleanest way to show you understand the whole foundational stage. Let us hold the two projects side by side. MCDP-001 is your preschool placement focused on the early years, 20 days and 120 hours, ending in a report with videos. MCDP-002 is your second placement, extending into the early primary foundational stage, with its own day count in Manual 2, also ending in a report with videos. 2 placements, 2 reports, 2 sets of videos, but one consistent process. Before either report comes the plan, your synopsis. A synopsis is a short plan of your project, and it comes first. It carries a clear title, the need for the study, 2 to 4 focused objectives, your setting, your method, observation, activities and tools, and your expected outcomes. Keep it tight and realistic. For the deeper craft of writing and structuring an IGNOU synopsis, see our dedicated IGNOU synopsis guide. Here, we only fit it to the project. Now the golden rule of every IGNOU project, and this one especially, prepare your synopsis with your supervisor and get it approved before you write the full report. Do not record 20 days of activities and write 80 pages on a topic that has not been cleared. If the topic changes later, that work is wasted. A little patience at the synopsis stage protects your entire session. Here are the 5 synopsis mistakes that get projects rejected. A vague title with no focus. Objectives you cannot actually observe in a real classroom. Choosing a preschool or class you cannot truly access. Copying a synopsis from a website or a friend which supervisors spot instantly. And starting your fieldwork before approval arrives. Avoid these 5, and you have removed most reasons for rejection. Once approved, you carry out the work and build your report. Your report follows a clear skeleton, a title page with your name, enrollment number and course code, a declaration and your supervisor's certificate, an introduction and objectives, a brief review of relevant ideas, and a methodology that states where, when, and how you worked. Then the heart of it, your observations and activities, your findings and reflections, and finally the conclusion, references and appendices. The same skeleton works for both projects. Now, a requirement that almost no website tells you about. Straight from the official School of Continuing Education note. In both MCDP-001 and MCDP-002, you must make videos of your project work. These videos are submitted on a pen drive, along with the project file for each course, so plan your recording from day 1. A written report on its own is treated as incomplete for these 2 projects. On formatting, keep it clean and consistent. A readable font, sensible spacing, numbered pages, labeled tables and figures, and proper references in a standard style such as APA. We will not reteach the full format standard here because we have a dedicated IGNOU project format video that walks through margins, references, and binding step by step. Follow that, and your presentation will never cost you marks. A few tips to lift your report. Write from your own observations, in your own words. Original work always reads differently from a copied template. Use real examples from the children's activities. Link every finding back to one of your objectives. Put photos, work samples, and your tools in the appendix. And proofread your names, dates, and course code before you print, because small errors look careless to an evaluator. This is the section most sites get wrong. Here is the official procedure. Now, the procedure most websites get wrong. According to the official School of Continuing Education note, the 3 practical courses, MCDL-001, MCDP-001, and MCDP-002, are submitted in hard copy, as 3 separate files. They are not to be uploaded on the online project portal, so if a page tells you to simply submit these online, ignore it. For these 3 courses, hard copy is the rule. Before you submit, there is a fee. The official note is clear. An evaluation fee must be paid before the hard copies are submitted, and a copy of the fee receipt must be attached with each of the 3 files. If the fee is not paid, the files are not considered for evaluation. Separately pay any exam form fee for MCDP-001 and MCDP-002 so that your marks are actually updated. Confirm the current amounts with your regional center. Let us hold the submission bundle together because it is easy to forget one piece. For each of MCDP-001 and MCDP-002, you submit 3 things together. The hard copy report file, a copy of the fee receipt, and the pen drive carrying your videos. Miss anyone, and the file may be returned. Prepare all three before you post anything. Here is a distinction that trips up many students. Who evaluates what? The Supervised Practicum, MCDL-001, is evaluated first by your academic counselor, routed through your Nodal Regional Center, and then sent to the Student Evaluation Division at IGNOU. But the two project courses are different. For MCDP-001 and MCDP-002, there is no regional center involvement. Your supervisor evaluates the work, and you submit the evaluated file to the Student Evaluation Division yourself. So where does the project file go? It goes to the Registrar, Student Evaluation Division, Block 12, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Maidan Garhi, New Delhi, 110068. Send it by a trackable method and keep your posting receipt. And always keep a full personal copy of every file and every video, because submitted work is not returned. On timing, plan generously. IGNOU runs January and July sessions. The healthy rhythm is to get your synopsis approved early, then keep clear weeks for the 20-day placement and the report, and submit before the session's last date. Do not leave a 20-day, 120-hour placement for the final week. Exact deadlines change each session, so confirm the current date on the IGNOU website. Before you post, run this final check. Do not send soft copies online when hard copy is required. Do not forget the fee receipt on any file. Do not leave out the pen drive of videos. Do not mix the supervised practicum with your two project files. They follow different routes. And never send your only copy without keeping a backup. 5 minutes here can save you a whole session. Let us gather the myths in one place so you can avoid everyone. Myth 1. That PGDECFE is about the environment or rural extension. No. It is early childhood and foundational stage education about children from birth to 8. Myth 2. That MCDP-001 is a theory project and MCDP-002 is practical. No. Both are field-based project work, each with a real placement and its own videos. Myth 3. That you simply upload these projects online. No. MCDL-001, MCDP-001, and MCDP-002 go in hard copy as 3 separate files, not on the online portal. Myth 4. That a written report is enough. No. For these two projects, you must also submit videos on a pen drive with each file. Myth 5. That your regional center evaluates the projects. No. Your supervisor evaluates MCDP-001 and MCDP-002, and you submit the evaluated file to the Student Evaluation Division yourself. Myth 6. That MCD-001 and MCDP-001 are the same. No, one is theory, one is the project. That single letter P changes everything. Hold those 6 together. It is not an environment course. It is early childhood. Both projects are practical, not one theory and one practical. Submission is hard copy, not online. Videos go on a pen drive. Your supervisor evaluates the projects. And MCD is never MCDP. Get these 6 right and the most common reasons for rejection are already gone. Now the question students really care about: value, recognition, and career. First, is the IGNOU PGDECFE valid and recognized? Yes. IGNOU is a central university, recognized by the UGC, and this is a genuine postgraduate diploma. One honest caveat. For any particular job, whether it counts depends on the employing authority recognizing the qualification. So it is a real, valid diploma, and its weight for a given role depends on that employer's rules. Second, is the project itself worth the effort? For most learners, yes. Early childhood is one field where a distance learning project produces something an employer immediately understands. Real, supervised time with children, your own observations, and your own recorded activities. When you sit in an interview, MCDP-001 and MCDP-002 are exactly what you talk about, because you actually did the work. Third, where can it lead? Preschool and nursery teaching. Anganwadi and Balwadi roles. Foundational stage teaching in classes 1 and 2. Early childhood curriculum development. Supervisor and teacher educator roles. And coordination or training in ECCE centers. As always, treat outcomes as depending on your own effort and context. But with the national education policy pushing the foundational stage, trained people are genuinely in demand. There is a timing angle worth naming. The national education policy has put the foundational stage at the center of India's school reform. From Anganwadis right up to Class 2. That means more demand for people who understand play-based foundational learning. A recognized IGNOU diploma, backed by 2 real projects and your own videos, is a strong and timely combination to carry into that space. Let us answer the question students search for most. What is the full form of PGDECFE? Post Graduate Diploma in Early Childhood and Foundational Stage Education, not an environment course. Are MCDP-001 and MCDP-002 compulsory? Yes. Both project courses are compulsory to complete the diploma, with no exceptions. How many days is the MCDP-001 placement? About 20 working days, totaling 120 hours, with 1 group of preschool children. Can I submit these projects online? No. The official note says hard copy, as 3 separate files, not the online project portal. Do I really need to make videos? Yes. MCDP-001 and MCDP-002 require videos, submitted on a pen drive with each file. Who evaluates the project? Your project supervisor evaluates both, and you then submit the evaluated file to the Student Evaluation Division at IGNOU. Where do I submit my project file? To the Registrar, Student Evaluation Division, Block 12, IGNOU. Maidan Garhi, New Delhi, 110068. Is there a Viva for these projects? Confirm that in your project manual and with your supervisor. Because practice can vary. Always verify before you submit. Can I use the preschool where I already work? If it follows a play and activity approach and fits the checklist in the manual, yes. But confirm it with your supervisor first. Can I change my topic after approval? Only early with a strong reason and fresh approval. Never quietly, after the report is already written. Let us gather everything into a simple recap you can carry away. 10 things to carry away. PGDECFE is Early Childhood and Foundational Stage Education. It sits in the School of Continuing Education, 40 credits. MCDP-001 and MCDP-002 are the 2 project courses. The first is a preschool placement of 20 days and 120 hours. The second extends into early primary. Get the synopsis approved first. Both projects need videos on a pen drive. Submit hard copy, 3 files with fee receipts. Your supervisor evaluates and you submit to the Student Evaluation Division. And verify every figure on the official sources. Please verify everything yourself before you act. The official program page is on ignou.ac.in. Just search PGDECFE. Your student portal is on the Samarth site. The exact rules live in Project Manuals 1 and 2, and your program coordinator at the School of Continuing Education can confirm the rest. Treat every date, fee, and figure in this video as confirmed before you act. If you would like a hand, that is what we are here for. At Shri Chakradhar Education, we guide IGNOU PGDECFE learners with synopsis planning, report structure, and the submission process. The honest, correct way. You can reach us on WhatsApp at +91 935 46 37830 or visit ignouproject.com. This channel is guided by B.K. Sahni, founder, supporting IGNOU students since 2010. That is your complete guide to the IGNOU PGDECFE Project, MCDP-001 and MCDP-002. If it made the process clearer, subscribe to Shri Chakradhar Education and share it with a fellow learner who needs it. Plan early, work honestly, verify everything, and your foundational stage project will go smoothly. Thank you for watching.